Welcome to another look at a selection of dreams I've had and what they could mean. In a dream I had on the 29th of May 2023, I was in a room with one of my brothers and a small TV in front of me. On the TV I saw a video game and I pointed out REBIRTH. There was also Cloud and some other characters I didn't recognise. The game title appeared, Final Fantasy, along with a subtitle which I've forgotten. The game began as if I was actually in the game. I saw Aerith, but the camera zoomed in until it became a first-person perspective, as if I was actually Aerith, like how level starts in GoldenEye on the N64. From what I can remember, I was exploring a building and toy dinosaurs were coming down some stairs, which I saw as a threat. Since the game in the dream featured GB, Aerith and Cloud, that suggests the original Final Fantasy VII, and with at the time Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 being on the horizon, that could have caused a dream. Becoming Aerith in the dream press represents needing to be more like her, kind, caring and outgoing. As for the toy dinosaurs in the dream, that could have been due to watching The Comedy Company, which has a couple of Toy Story-like sketches of Ken and Barbie coming alive, even though it's Toy Story that features a toy dinosaur. I had a strange dream on the 9th of March 2023, in which I was making my way to a car boot sale when I came across a man in a field by a door. When I entered it, I ended up in the basement from Super Mario 64, although the graphics looked very realistic. I was showing someone where to go through the corridors and we ended up at another door, and going through the door I found myself in an area where the lethal lava lamp painting should be, but I became distracted by a typewriter in the corner on the floor, like you would find in classic Resident Evil games. Oddly, when I accessed the typewriter, there was a message about duality. I was very lightly asleep when I had the dream, which was possibly influenced by previously seen a video about the Super Mario 64 high resolution renders, which would explain the game looking more real than it really is. Additionally, another influence could have been a recent video I did at the time, involving a Super Mario 64 poem. The duality alluded to in the dream could be the parent Super Mario 64 setting, but with the Resident Evil style typewriter, which is used to save progress in the game. But as a dream mood site suggests, dreaming of a typewriter can indicate needing to open lines of communication with someone. You may be familiar with Bakumitai, either from the video game Like a Dragon, or from the memes. For me it was a more recent discovery, and even made its way into a dream I had on the 19th of February 2024. In the dream I heard the track and was also playing it on a musical keyboard from sheet music, but not from the beginning. Commonly translated into English as I've been a fool, you could take Bakumitai's meaning as a reflection of when we've made a mistake or done something stupid, which I'm sure a lot of us, myself included, can relate to. However, there is possibly another reason for the dream, in that I had been practicing playing the tune outside of sleeping hours, and when I'm short on time I don't include the intro. I had a Cyberpunk 2077 themed dream on the 3rd of May 2021, seeing the game in first person view. I was in a room with a man resembling the Ripper Doc, Victor Vector, asking him for help. He started to go on about me finding some device like a flash drive, and how I would locate it, and that it used to belong to a lady or something like that. The odd thing is, it seemed like I was dictating what the Ripper Doc was saying, as if my thoughts were translated into what he was speaking, as if I had control over the dream. While at the time I hadn't played Cyberpunk in some while, so I don't know what triggered it, it's interesting that I had some control over the dream, as if I was lucid, and since it was the last dream I had before awakening, that likely increased the chances of having a lucid dream. The significance of Victor is that he is a dependable, caring character, a friend I'm sure a lot of us could do with, and he's much adored by the Cyberpunk community. In a dream I had on the 26th of November 2018, I was in a room and at a table was someone who I thought to be Stanley, even though I knew he had died recently, but I thought to myself I should take a photo. Looking at him again, he didn't look much like Stanley, but yet I tried to take a photo with my phone. The image looks a bit blurry, and whenever I tried to take a photo, lots of people would appear in the photo, and it felt like something was automatically stabilised in the live preview for me. I noticed that the aspect ratio was wrong. The people looked squashed together, and someone else in the room agreed when I mentioned the issue. The dream may have been influenced by my end of year video that I've been working on at the time, in which I talked about Stanley's passing. When making the video, I needed a photo of Stan that was in the correct aspect ratio, that is 16:9, so that explains that part of the dream. Since it had also been on my mind to take some photos for the video, that may be why I dreamed about snapping some pics. We could also look at the action of taking photos as preserving memories, in this case of Mr. Lee, a highly influential creator. Thanks for watching. Do let me know if you have any thoughts on the dreams I've spoken about, or any interesting dreams you've had that you'd like to share. Bye for now.